You think you've seen everything South America has to offer? Think again. On its wild northern edge lies a country that feels less like a destination and more like a discovery waiting to happen. Welcome to Guyana, the continent's only English-speaking nation and one of its greatest hidden secrets. This is a land where rivers vanish into untouched rainforest, where vast savannas seem to float on the horizon, and where creatures exist that science is still trying to understand. No tourist crowds, no overdone landmarks, no filtered version of reality, just raw, untamed nature the way the world used to be. Here, thunderous waterfalls plunge from ancient tabletop mountains, dense jungles hum with life, and entire ecosystems thrive beyond the reach of modern civilization. It's mysterious, it's breathtaking, and it's astonishingly overlooked. Stay with us for 15 mind-blowing facts that reveal why explorers, scientists, and travelers all leave with the same haunting question. How did the world overlook Guyana? Number 15. The only South American country where English is the official language. In a continent dominated by Spanish and Portuguese, Guyana stands apart. A legacy of British colonial rule, English is the language used in schools, media, government, and business. It's one of the first things that sets Guyana apart, and it's just the beginning. Geography and size. Build intrigue. Located on the northeastern coast of South America, Guyana borders the vast Atlantic Ocean to the north. It shares boundaries with Suriname to the east, Brazil to the south and southwest, and Venezuela to the west. Covering around 215,000 square kilometers, Guyana is about 1.3 times larger than Suriname, but nearly 40 times smaller than Brazil. To give you perspective, that's roughly the same size as the U.S. state of Kansas. Nature and population, visual and atmospheric tone. Now imagine this. Most of that land is blanketed by the dense Amazon rainforest. The southern region is wild and lush. The coastline? Flat, green plains. Inland, you'll find soaring plateaus and mountain ranges, including the majestic Mount Roraima at the border with Brazil and Venezuela. And despite all that space, Guyana is home to just 800,000 people. It's one of the most sparsely populated countries in South America. You could drive for hours through untouched rainforest or across silent savannas and not pass another soul. Here, the air is clean, the world is quiet, and nature still reigns. Best time to visit. Travel-friendly tip. Planning a visit? The best time to explore Guyana is during the dry season, from mid-November to April. The climate is tropical, humid, and warm year-round, with average temperatures between 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Culture and language, rich and diverse tone. Yes, English is the official language, but walk through Georgetown or any coastal town, and you'll hear a beautiful blend of languages. Guyanese Creole, Arawak, Carib, Hindi, even Urdu, echoing the country's diverse indigenous, African, Indian, and Pakistani heritage. It's not just a country, it's a linguistic symphony. Religion, respect, and diversity tone. Guyana's constitution guarantees freedom of religion. Whether Christian, Hindu, Muslim, or any other faith, all are treated equally. The state remains secular, allowing every person to worship freely and without interference. The flag, visual detail, and uniqueness. And here's a symbol of that uniqueness, the national flag. Bold. Iconic. A golden arrowhead charges forward on a green field without a single coat of arms or human figure. It's a design with no twin, unlike any other in the world. A perfect emblem for a nation that proudly stands alone. Number 14. Women, sometimes treated like commodities. In some corners of Guyana, women are still treated more like property than people. Guyana is home to a rich tapestry of cultures: African, Indian, indigenous, European, and East Asian. This intermixing has shaped not only traditions, but also appearances. You'll see women with light or dark skin, straight or curly hair, and stunning features, reflecting the nation's deep ethnic diversity. Guyanese women are known for their natural beauty and inner strength. They often play central roles in both family and community life as caregivers, decision makers, and cultural anchors. But behind this strength lies a darker truth in parts of the country. Some customs and practices are shocking. In isolated regions, traditions persist that strip women of their autonomy, including stories where a bride is expected to sleep with all the men in her husband's family until she becomes pregnant. Others involve women being exchanged or even sold when their husbands grow tired of them. It's a reality that affects many, with over 32% of girls in Guyana married before the age of 18. These early and forced marriages are rooted in deep gender inequality, the belief that women are somehow less than men. In some cases, marriages aren't even marriages at all. They're visiting relationships, informal unions without cohabitation, legal protection, or lasting commitment. Number 13, from indigenous lands to an independent nation, from ancient tribes to independence. The story of Guyana is one of resilience and identity. Long before European colonists arrived, this land was home to indigenous peoples, the Arawak, Carib, and Warao. They lived in harmony with the land, farming near rivers, hunting in the forests, and preserving a way of life closely tied to nature. Unlike many of its neighbors that fell to European powers in the 15th century, Guyana remained untouched for longer, thanks to its dense, impenetrable terrain. It wasn't until the 17th century that the Dutch arrived, setting up settlements and exploiting the region for sugar and tobacco. Soon after, Britain joined the race, and over the next century, the territory became a contested prize between these colonial powers. Eventually, Britain took control, and by the early 19th century, the land was known as British Guiana. During this time, sugar plantations flourished, powered by the brutal labor of enslaved Africans. When slavery was abolished in 1834, Britain imported indentured workers from India, China, and beyond, creating the rich cultural mosaic that defines Guyana today. The push for independence gained momentum in the mid-20th century, riding the global wave of decolonization. And finally, on May 26, 1966, Guyana broke free, becoming the Cooperative Republic of Guyana while remaining part of the British Commonwealth. Number 12, architectural styles through the ages. Guyana's architecture is a timeline etched in wood, stone, and steel. In the earliest days, Guyanese homes were born from the earth itself, built with wood, bamboo, leaves, and mud. These structures were modest but effective, designed for tribes with nomadic or semi-nomadic lifestyles. Some homes stood elevated on stilts, a practical defense against flooding, insects, and the tropical rains. And above them, steep thatched roofs angled sharply, channeling water away with elegant simplicity. By the 17th and 18th centuries, the Dutch began to reshape the land and its skyline. Their influence introduced small forts, warehouses, and wooden homes crafted in a simple, functional style. Local bricks slowly entered the mix, but wood remained king. Then came the British. From the 18th to mid-20th century, under colonial rule, a new architectural identity emerged, especially in Georgetown. Houses grew taller, 2 stories high, and still stood on stilts, not just to avoid water, but to invite in breezes that cooled the humid air. These homes with high-pitched roofs and wide verandas defined the city's aesthetic. Religious and administrative buildings followed suit, and towering above them all is St. George's Cathedral, one of the tallest wooden churches in the world, a masterpiece of colonial design. Number 11, Georgetown. The capital beneath the sea, Georgetown isn't just Guyana's capital. It's a city that defies the ocean. Located where the Demerara River meets the Atlantic Ocean, Georgetown is the political, economic, and cultural heart of the nation, home to over 118,000 people. Nicknamed the Garden City of the Caribbean, its streets are lined with colonial buildings, flowering trees, and historic landmarks like the Stabroek Market and St. George's Cathedral. But what most visitors don't realize, Georgetown lies below sea level. Yes, at high tide, the Atlantic Ocean actually sits higher than the city itself. How is that even possible? Thank the Dutch. Centuries ago, Dutch settlers built a vast system of canals, drainage ditches, and coastal dikes, a complex defense mechanism still protecting Georgetown today. The most critical part of that system? The Georgetown seawall, an artificial barrier standing between the rising sea and the city's bustling streets. Walk along the seawall at high tide, and you'll see it for yourself. The ocean looms higher than the rooftops below. And now, with climate change accelerating and sea levels rising, this fragile balance is under threat. The city's future may well depend on how quickly it can adapt. Number 10. The Watson, Guyana's prehistoric stink bird. A bizarre bird with a prehistoric past and a scent you won't forget. Meet the Watson, also called the Congo pheasant, a bird so unique it seems like it time traveled from the age of dinosaurs. Found along the riverbanks and mangrove forests of Guyana, this shaggy, crested creature stands out with its striking blue face, red eyes, and a call that echoes through the jungle. But its true peculiarity lies within. The Watson is the only bird on Earth that ferments leaves in its stomach, much like a cow digests grass. This process gives the bird a pungent smell, earning it nicknames like stinkbird or cowbird. Yet, perhaps the most astonishing trait is in its young. Baby Watsons hatch with claws on their wings, a primitive adaptation that helps them climb trees and cling to branches. It's a feature not seen since Archaeopteryx, one of the earliest known birds. As they grow, the claws vanish, but the legend remains. A living fossil, hiding in plain sight in the heart of Guyana. Number 9. The inspiring Koyote Falls. In the remote interior of Guyana, tucked inside the untouched Amazonian rainforest, Koyote Falls roars into the void. It is the world's tallest and widest single-drop waterfall, plunging 741 feet straight down from a sandstone plateau. That's nearly 5 times taller than Niagara Falls. Thousands of gallons of water crash down every second, surrounded by rising mist and deep green forest. The amber hue of the water, caused by tannins from rotting vegetation, glows golden in the sunlight, creating shimmering rainbows that dance above the gorge. But what makes Koyote so magical isn't just its scale. It's the silence around it. Number 8. Guyana, one of Earth's last pristine rainforests, a vast green kingdom, untouched and alive. 80% of Guyana is still covered in primary rainforest, dense, virgin jungle that has never been logged, cleared, or settled. This makes it one of the last remaining truly wild places on Earth. With a landmass about the size of the United Kingdom, but a population under 1 million, Guyana simply hasn't faced the same development pressure as other countries. And the people who do live here, especially the indigenous tribes, have long existed in deep harmony with nature. This ecological treasure trove holds more than just trees. It is a sanctuary for countless species, many yet to be discovered. And it flows with life. Guyana is called the land of many waters, crisscrossed by over 300 rivers, streams, creeks, and waterfalls. These waterways are vital, not just for biodiversity, but for daily life. In the rainforest, rivers are roads. Canoes are taxis. Water is the lifeline. This untouched paradise is more than a destination. It's a glimpse into what Earth looked like before we changed it, and a chance to protect it before it's too late. Number 7. Driving on the left. A colonial legacy, a unique road rule that sets Guyana apart. While nearly every country in the Americas drives on the right, Guyana and neighboring Suriname are the only 2 mainland nations that still drive on the left, a remnant of their British colonial heritage. It might catch tourists off guard, but here, driving on the left is the law, no exceptions. Front seat passengers must wear seatbelts, and mobile phone use while driving is strictly prohibited. And if you forget which side to drive on, expect more than just confused honks. Police fines are immediate and enforced. This seemingly small difference can pose real dangers for unfamiliar drivers, especially on narrow jungle roads or in busy Georgetown traffic. So whether you're renting a car or just crossing a street, always look left first and stay aware. It's not just a law, it's a vital part of staying safe on Guyana's roads. Number 6, Land of Giants. Nature in supersize. In Guyana, everything grows big, really big. They don't call it the Land of Giants for nothing. Start with the arapaima, the world's largest scaled freshwater fish, often stretching over 10 feet long, gliding through Guyana's rivers like a living submarine. Roaming the forest floor is the giant anteater, with its long snout and tongue slurping up 30,000 insects a day. Then there's the black caiman, South America's largest crocodilian, reaching lengths of over 15 feet, lurking just beneath the surface. In the treetops, the skies belong to the harpy eagle, a fearsome bird of prey with talons the size of a bear's claws, strong enough to hunt monkeys and sloths. Don't forget the giant river otter, stretching over 6 feet long, or the charming capybara, the world's largest rodent, adorable but massive. Even the plants are supersized. Guyana's national flower is the Victoria amazonica, the world's largest water lily. Its floating leaves can span up to 10 feet in diameter, strong enough to hold a small child without sinking. In this land, nature doesn't hold back. It goes big. Number 5, Land of Six Peoples. A cultural mosaic, a country shaped by journeys from every corner of the world. Guyana is more than just a nation. It's a living blend of 6 distinct peoples, each with a powerful story. The largest group, the Indo-Guyanese, trace their roots to India. Their ancestors came as indentured laborers under British rule, replacing African slaves on sugar plantations. Today, they form the backbone of agriculture, commerce, and professional sectors across Guyana. The Afro-Guyanese community, descended from enslaved West Africans, makes up about 30% of the population. They've played a pivotal role in shaping the nation's cultural, political, and artistic identity. The mixed heritage population, about 20%, bridges these worlds, symbolizing the fusion of traditions, languages, and lives. Guyana's indigenous Amerindian peoples, the first to walk this land, make up around 10%. Their languages, crafts, and deep forest knowledge still thrive, from remote jungle villages to coastal communities. Smaller in number, but rich in influence, are the Chinese and Portuguese Guyanese, who brought bold flavors and entrepreneurial spirit, especially in food, trade, and urban life. Number 4, Impressive Stopovers. Guyana's hidden gems. Your journey through Guyana begins at Lake Mainstay and the Essequibo coast, where freshwater serenity meets Atlantic breezes. Nestled among peaceful fishing villages, this region offers eco-resorts, fresh seafood, and a deep breath of calm, far from the bustle of modern life. From here, head to New Amsterdam, an old riverside town along the Berbice River. Time seems to slow down here as you walk through streets lined with Dutch and British colonial-era buildings. Don't miss the Mission Chapel Congregational Church, a National Heritage Site and one of the oldest churches in the country. Next stop, the heart of it all, Georgetown, Guyana's vibrant capital. Explore the Gothic majesty of St. George's Cathedral, one of the tallest wooden churches in the world. Then make your way to the iconic Stabroek Market, a bustling hub of colors, spices, and life, crowned by its towering cast iron clock, a beloved landmark for locals and travelers alike. But the adventure doesn't stop in the city. Travel to the northern coast and step onto Shell Beach, a shoreline made not of sand, but of millions of crushed seashells. This protected zone is a breeding haven for rare sea turtles. Here, you can witness the magic of nature as mother turtles lay their eggs, and maybe even help release hatchlings into the sea. Number 3, Top dishes you must try. A culinary melting pot, where flavor tells the story of a nation. Guyana's food is as diverse as its people, a delicious fusion of Caribbean, African, Indian, Amerindian, Chinese, Portuguese, and British influences, all stewing together in one flavorful pot. Start with chicken curry and roti, a beloved staple brought by Indian descendants. Then there's cook-up rice, a rich one-pot meal of rice, beans, meat, and coconut milk, traditionally served on Saturday nights across the country. Craving comfort food? Try chow mein with a Caribbean twist or the famed chicken in the rough, crispy fried chicken atop steaming Guyanese-style fried rice. From the indigenous traditions comes pepper pot, the national dish. This rich, spicy meat stew is made with cassareep, a dark, flavorful extract from cassava, and is especially cherished during Christmas. Another local gem is metemgi, a hearty, creamy coconut milk stew made with root vegetables, dumplings, and fish or chicken. It's the kind of meal that warms both the stomach and the soul. Number 2. Festivals, where strangers become family. In Guyana, you don't need to know anyone to be handed a drink and invited to dance. Guyana is a land of vibrant festivals, where cultures collide in celebration and strangers become instant friends. The highlight of the year, the Mashramani Festival, or simply MASH. Held every February to mark Guyana's transition to a republic, it's a kaleidoscope of parades, music, dance, and color. Locals flood the streets in dazzling costumes, and the beat of Caribbean rhythms fills the air. Don't be surprised if someone you've just met offers you a glass of the nation's pride, Guyana's legendary rum, and pulls you into the parade like you're one of their own. But MASH is just the beginning. The Indo-Guyanese community brings Hindu festivals to life with Diwali, the Festival of Lights, and Phagwa, also known as Holi, where entire neighborhoods erupt in clouds of colorful powder and water, a joyful riot of unity and renewal. Guyana also embraces Christian holidays like Christmas and Easter, blending Western traditions with Caribbean warmth. Across religious and cultural lines, these festivals are celebrated not just by those who observe them, but by the whole nation together. In Guyana, celebration is a language everyone speaks. Number 1. Cost of living. Affordable peace in paradise. Living in paradise doesn't have to break the bank. One of Guyana's most appealing aspects is its affordable cost of living, especially when compared to other destinations with similar natural beauty and cultural depth. A single person can live comfortably here on $800 to $2,000 per month, depending on lifestyle and location. In Georgetown, renting an apartment in a central neighborhood might cost between $440 and $1,200. Move to smaller towns or suburban areas, and the price can drop to around $300 to $800. When it comes to food, those who love to cook with fresh local ingredients can spend just $200 to $500 per month on groceries. Prefer eating out? Local restaurants offer meals for $8 to $20, while fine dining might range above $25. It's a country where your dollar stretches further, letting you enjoy tropical landscapes, rich culture, and local hospitality without draining your wallet. So whether you're a digital nomad, retiree, or traveler looking for extended peace, Guyana offers affordability without compromise. Just make sure to plan well, research your visa options, book flights smartly, and get ready to fall in love with a place where nature and culture walk hand in hand. We've just explored 15 incredible facts about Guyana, a land of majestic rivers, rich traditions, vibrant people, and untamed beauty. If this video gave you a new perspective, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support our journey into more amazing destinations. And remember, the information shared here is for reference only, so always do your own research before making any big decisions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.